Okay. Okay.
Yay!
Officially live. And I'm so excited.
I am too. And I feel like I'm like the right size now. Cause whenever I go back and look at the videos when we're done and I do it on my phone, I'm like super skinny, like box, and you're like this big box. I'm like, I may be darker now. I can't seem to get my lighting figured out, but I like how we're
you look gorgeous, and I'm
same.
so excited to like have a little fun.
Yay.
Okay,
Always have fun talking about perfume.
theme, yeah, I know, we love it. Today's theme is going to be purple florals, and I, of course, overthought it.
No.
She's like, I know you so well. But I feel like between both of us, I feel like we did a good mix of at least trying to
there's
get
definitely, yeah, very, very good variety for sure. Yeah. And do we want to talk about like the predominant purple florals?
Yes, I think that's good.
Like,
hello.
The different ones.
Yes. It immediately comes, I think, of iris.
Yep.
Like, that just is a very big genre. Like we could just do a video on
iris. Yeah. And I've always loved iris because iris is the state flower for Tennessee. Did you know that?
No.
And so my mom, I remember in the room, I feel like everybody had a room growing up where it was just to be pretty. It wasn't to actually like use. Like you didn't even really sit in it. Like I think I sat in it just to wait for my carpool, car to pick me up when I was little. But she had this like beautiful porcelain iris that was on this big stand. And I'm like, that's always what I think of when I think of iris and perfumes. And she had it because it's the state flower of Tennessee. So that's why I love iris. It has a little bit of a
pretty and
yeah.
Hello,
a little bit of velvet. Hey.
Other ones I think of violet.
Lavender.
Lavender, yes. And that one's a big one because I feel like lavender is a little bit polarizing for people. I feel like
it's very polarizing. I'm one of those people.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I know. I noticed, but there's a few that
I have one that has lavender in it. It's probably one of two scents that in my whole collection that I like that has a predominant lavender note, but it is unfortunately something that can turn my stomach, like make me physically ill. So
okay. And yes, lilac. This is a funny. I do have one that I love, but before I've always loved lilac bushes, but I didn't know if I'd actually want a perfume like that.
I like it.
Yeah. The one that I'm talking about today, I love. But do you know what I mean? There's certain flowers, like you said, where I love smelling them and they conjure up all these different memories, but I wouldn't necessarily want to smother myself in it.
Right. That and that's how it shows that like perfumery can be so vast when there's a literal scent that can make me sick that is in something that I absolutely adore. So,
exactly.
It's just another reason not to write something off because it has a note in it that you think you don't like. Right.
Oh yeah. I'm way past that.
Yes. I don't write anything off until I smell it anymore. I really don't.
I know. Okay.
We're going to talk about orris root or orris. When you see orris, it's when you see like a little picture of it, it's not purple, but it's the root of the iris. So I'm including that as a purple floral in my selections.
And that's so funny because that part, I would think of like the purpley part more as like the airy powderiness, and then the orris is sort of this creamy.
It's got more creamy like substance.
Yeah. Which is so interesting. And then there's one in here I know that has both. It's got the the butter
top and bottom.
Yeah.
It's got the whole flower. All right, do you want to start?
I wanted you to start. Which one are you going to kick off with?
I will kick off with the most different iris scent in my collection. I think it's most definitely the most unisex. Obviously, all of these
I'm gonna go grab mine. Hold on.
Okay. Obviously, all of these can be unisex. It doesn't matter. You wear what you want to wear. I have marketed, masculine scents that I love wearing myself. But this one is, out of all the ones I'm going to talk about, the most unisex. And it's the most different. It's not a pretty iris perfume. Nope. This is Iris Malicon by Maison Crivelli, which Maison Crivelli is one of my favorite houses. They make
that's like you, like that whole line.
It really, it's just so different. It's niche. Yep. It's what niche is supposed to be, in my opinion, because they are very different and they're not mass appealing. Not all of them, but this one is what I get out of this is leather and iris. Those are the two dominant. So it's not a sweet iris. It's not a pretty iris. It's not even a powdery iris.
It's not. No.
Yay. It's a little green when you first spray it. So for that, I don't love it. I don't love like the first minute or two because I'm not a green lover. I don't like.
You're not a green.
Like grassy, I don't know what it is in there that makes it smell like that. I think it's got cypress in it. But once that settles down after a couple minutes, oh my goodness, it is just this. It's like having a bouquet of irises in a brand new leather handbag and like opening it up.
Definitely smell that kind of like rich leather part.
It is very rich. It's very rich.
What's that?
It's very rich, but it is one of my favorite. When I did a video on my favorite comforting scents, this was one of them.
Even
though it's rich, I like to wear it to bed because I feel like it's cozy.
It is.
But I also would love to smell this on Chad.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I feel like the leather makes it very like it could go either way. If you don't like more masculine leaning scents, maybe you might not like this. Because it's not pretty. It's not what I would call it.
It's not the pretty gal iris, but I have to say, because I tend to like the pretty girl thing, but I like this one a lot. And on me, it dries down very suede. It starts out with that kind of stronger leather, but then as it dries down like this kind of buttery suede, and then that almost dry iris, wouldn't you say?
And it's got black currant syrup on the base. Yeah, and I think it does make it's like a sweet syrupy dry down, and I think that has something to do with it because I'm pretty sure it has vanilla in it too. But the predominant, like across the board, the whole entire way, I get a semblance of leather, whether that comes through as suede or leather, and iris.
And this one, I feel like it makes my eyeballs, you know how you have an immediate reaction to fragrance. And like, even if I'm not like, oh my gosh, this is the most like beautiful, it's more like it has an impact.
It does.
Like you said, like this is, when you think of iris scents, a lot of people are going to think, so I have some of the soft, easy, powdery wears. This is going to be
what I think of. I think, but I love it.
It's so good.
It's so good. So good.
I love it. Oh, okay. I'm going to go with my comfort in a bottle, and I'm going to pop on over to lavender for a minute, if that's okay. And this is Jersey by Chanel.
I have never smelled Jersey, if you can believe
it. Okay. So this one is, when you were saying comfort, I was like, okay, this is my comfort in a bottle. I laugh because this one has, you've got the kind of a little bit of vanilla in here, this lavender, and lavender I sometimes feel like can be sort of masculine, or, it's in a lot of those, or spa like that we don't always, hi ladies. Hey, let me grab my little note here to tell the actual. Okay, so this one's got lavender. It has white musk, vanilla, tonka. So I think that's because I love tonka. And then it's got a little bit of the Chanel DNA, just a tad with that jasmine and rose. Very slight I wouldn't even say this is a strong, I would definitely say this is like lavender vanilla powder. And it is
it like Monguerlain lavender vanilla, or is it essential oil lavender?
Monguerlain.
Okay.
Not essential oil. And this is very, like, I laugh. I think of this as like, you're like this really good mom and your kids come in from outside and give you a hug and they're just like, oh, it's going to give you, it's going to give you good mom vibes, comfort vibes. And it's not an old fragrance by any stretch of the means, but it just kind of gives me, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but you know, like if you come in and hug your mom and you kind of have that like such a loving, comforting feeling, like maybe you've had a bad day, I feel like this is going to whisk that all away. And it's just so, I think there'd be that touch of vanilla in there just because sort of it's not strong, but it just gives you this beautiful experience. And I don't know, I just feel like, oh no.
Now I have to smell it, even though I think the reason I have never smelled it is I knew it was lavender. So I was
going to say, I actually think this is one, because you like this, it's not in the exact same realm, but I feel like this is totally unisex as well. So it's not going to be like, ooh, you know, I think you would like it. I will, we need to live across the door, you know.
I know, Abby. Let's rectify that.
Okay. Yay.
Hey, Deb.
Yes. So someone said they have they own Boy. And the Boy, I would say that this one, if you have Boy, this one's probably the more feminine version, but in that same genre, because that one has lavender too, but it's a little bit more, you know.
Is that an EDT or an EDP?
This one is eau de parfum.
Okay, EDP. Okay.
The acronyms. Okay.
I know. Someone said that they, going back to Iris Malicon, that they have Iris Empire. Oh my word! I got a sample of Iris Empire from Carolina Herrera.
Yes.
Smell that? Do you have it? Do you have it?
I don't have.
Oh my word! It smells so good. So yes, I agree. I love that one so much. Okay.
Okay, you're.
What do I do next? Let's do a sweeter one now. This is one, I don't know if you've smelled this, Abby, but I know I've texted you about it 18,000 times. I love this house. If y'all have not sampled anything or experienced anything from 4160 Tuesdays.
Oh, yes.
Y'all have to. It is such a fun house.
It's such, like, that whole entire line is just fun and flirty.
Fun. Yes, they're sweet. But some are, it's very hard to explain, but I'm telling you, they have so many in the line. This one, I have 2 full bottles, and that will grow as the time goes on.
I feel like you're going to get all of them at some point.
Oh, definitely. I have probably like 4 or 5 lines where eventually I'm going to have everything that they have, because everything I sample, I like. This one is called Dancing with Strangers. Ooh. So this is the front, and then it has it's Tessa Williams, which I really need to look into that. I don't know if that's the
perfume. Right?
I don't know, because I think Sarah, the owner of this brand, I think she does all of them. So I don't know. Maybe this is special and Tessa Williams did do it. I need to look into it. But this one, oh my word. This one is, so a lot of people, when they think of Iris and Violet, they think of makeup.
Yeah.
Like the powder, the old time powder, lipsticky type thing. I have one that to me is a little bit more lipsticky than this one. But when I think of this one, let me get to my notes, because I made notes when I was wearing them this past month. I feel like this is Violet, by the way. This is a Violet dominant. That's the purple on this. And to me, it smells like someone dipped Violet, like petals, in simple syrup, and then coated it with sugar, and then left them out to harden. That's what it smells like to me. I can't explain it. It has as a note on Fragrantica, at least it has lipstick as a note. I can see where it's like powdery, kind of has a little bit of that nostalgic sweetness to it. If anybody, I feel like a lot of people know about Lipstick On from Replica.
I was going to ask you, so it's got that kind of,
but it's different. It's a little bit sugarier.
Yeah.
That's not a word. I just made it up. Then Lipstick On. It's not as syrupy and sharp as Lipstick On can be.
Yeah.
It's so much, it's sweeter. It's more fun, but to me, when the picture that comes into my mind always is sugared simple syrup violet petals.
I want to eat it. I feel like
I know, right?
On top of a pretty cake. Like, you know what I mean? Like the art is like a beautiful paste, like a cake with the beautiful little, and I'm not saying it's that sweet. So is it smoother than Lipstick On?
It is, I think it's a little bit smoother. Yeah. Lipstick On is one of my all-time favorite perfumes.
You got to show the color because it's.
I know. Look at it. Mine's black, which just means it smells even better. But I told Abby, I'm scared to use it because you can't get it anymore. And I love it so much. And when I first got it, I exclusively used it. And then they discontinued it, like they do all of their good scents. So I'm not saying that this is a bad one because I love it very much. But this one is definitely, it's a little bit smoother. It's not as sharp and it's not as thick. You know how sometimes I feel like there's a texture to perfume?
There's definitely a texture. And I love the word. My son always describes things as thick or dense. And I was
or like viscous. Right. It has just a viscosity to it that this one is definitely thicker than this one. If that helps. If other people smell perfumes and texture like I do, maybe that will help. But it's so good. Honestly, this entire house, y'all really need to.
I know that this is jumping, but I feel like that'd be a really fun overview because we love. That would be like a really fun video.
That we need to definitely do that. A house over 4160 Tuesdays, London.
Yeah.
House overview. We need to do that 1 month. Yes.
Okay.
If any of y'all are familiar with this house and have tried anything and have a favorite, let me know and let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
And everybody else. I love it so much.
Now you made me they literally made me salivate.
I know. Hungry for some sugared violets.
Okay, I'm gonna pop on over to when we're thinking of deliciousness, I'm gonna pop over to a surprise hit, and this is Lilac Love. So this one is lilacs, and I was just telling Mandy, or we were talking, I was like, I love lilac bushes. You know, used to walk home by one, always love that. But I didn't know if I would want to actually smell like that. But this one is the most delicious kind of gourmand lilac. And it's got this bit of cacao powder in it. Can you smell it? It's like a light dusting of chocolate. So you've got the little layer of chocolate, you've got lilac. So it kind of tempers it because this is a floral baby.
It is, but it's like I see like powdered sugar too. Like it's dialed down by sweetness.
It's definitely, it definitely has some powder in here. It's definitely powder, but it's got lilac and heliotrope. Both of those are
I forgot about heliotrope. Yes.
Yeah. And then it's got peony gardenia. And then this is the one with orris. So I think this is what I was saying. It's got this kind of buttery creaminess to it. It's kind of like hold it down a little bit. Again, it's got tonka bean, which I know that like pretty much all of my favorite perfumes have that. Sandalwood, patchouli, vanilla. But to me, this was one that literally made my eyeballs roll back. I was like, I love it. And this
I might need a full bottle of this one for the spring.
I feel like you might. And this one I love wearing in the winter.
Okay.
Like here. And I know it sounds like it definitely is year round, everybody, but this one transports me. Let's say I'm all sad and I'm having to bundle up and cold.
Yeah.
This one's gonna have enough warmth in it that it doesn't feel like jarring. Like if I'm putting some tropical, if it's like snowing out and it's like,
no, I can see that.
But this one, I just literally was like, whoa, like this is
I feel like
delicious.
The 3 in the Love collection from Amouage are the safest from Amouage.
Yes,
because, Love Tuberose, Lilac Love, and Blossom Love.
Yep.
Oh, this is so good. I have a sample. Why don't I wear this more? I
thought maybe you didn't like Lilac.
I do.
I was going gaga over this. Like, if you guys have watched my channel, like when I first got this, it was like, oh my gosh, like crazy. Couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, it's really good. The more I smell it. Yeah. Okay. I might wear that one tomorrow.
I love the one of them has Over the Chocolate Shop from the
oh yes, that one is so good. Over the Chocolate Shop. I mean, if you want to, if you like Gourmand cocaine, I think you would like Over the Chocolate Shop. They're not the same. Oh. They are not the same, but okay. I feel like if you like one, you'll like the other. That one's really good.
That this woman was able to order a bottle of that Gourmand cocaine.
Gourmand cocaine?
Somewhere in Europe. Like she literally waited months to get, anyway.
I think you have to be on a waiting list and it's only in one boutique in Europe.
Yes, I'm on the wait list. Okay, wait. Someone asked if we've tried Frederic Malle en Passant.
I haven't. I've heard of it, but I haven't.
I've smelled it before, but I was in the store and I was smelling too many things at once. You have it, cocaine. So I feel like I'd have to revisit that, especially now that I know that I actually do like some lilac in my life.
Do you not have Gourmand cocaine?
I remember I've had it and I emptied it. Like I finished the bottle of it.
Oh, I'm like, what? I knew you had that. Okay.
I know. I remember
that's another one that I'm scared to use. Like that's all I've used on it because I'm so scared to be done with it. I love it so much.
No, a woman like way back when I first started YouTube told me to get it. So I went and got it. And there was only like one. I think I ordered it from Bergdorf. It was like the end of they were phasing it out.
Yep.
And then you just that was the obsession. And so that's why I was like, I would have slowed my roll if I would have known.
I'm like, look, I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. I really need to start wearing stuff like this, like my lipstick on.
You know what? This is a good one. She's making me laugh because that's probably where I'm thinking of. Go ahead. The Choco Violet.
The Choco Violet. I know. I have one on my list that is very similar to Choco Violet that I might even like a little bit more. And that's why I didn't put Choco Violet on there. Okay. But it is still a favorite because I do love Choco Violet by Mandy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, your turn.
I know. I'm trying to think.
We go off on a tangent.
I know. We're talking about chocolate fragrances over here. All right. Well, since I checked out, let me get on my notes. I'll go ahead and talk about the one that I feel like is similar to Choco Violet.
Yes.
And this is from another favorite house of mine. This is this is not this is my favorite house of perfumes at the moment, and it has been for a while. And it's Profumo Roma.
Oh, okay. I was laughing. I was like, I know what your house is, but then I couldn't remember which one you picked.
Yes. And this is Alba. And oh my goodness. Here's the thing. Sometimes I'll go to Fragrantica and look at reviews of perfumes that I already have and love, and I get really mad. And I'm like, this is making me have a bad day. So I need to get off of Fragrantica because this does not have them. It's got an over 4 rating, but then you read some of the reviews and it's not the best reviews. And I'm like, no, you are wrong. You are wrong. And I know every nose is different, but this, oh my goodness.
I feel like I tried not to read them like, but you can't help yourself, but then also it makes you question your own when you fell in love with it. So you just do you.
So I just clicked off because I'm in love with this no matter what. This, out of all the ones I'm going to talk about, I feel like is the most gourmand selection because it has almond, it has hazelnut, and those two, hazelnut's also in Choco Violet. So the violet and the hazelnut are very prominent in both of this and the Choco Violet. So that's why I feel like they're very similar to my nose. But I tend to like pretty much anything from Profumo Roma that smells like something else over the something else. Because there's something about this brand that just works so well on my skin. It's got very high concentration of oils.
Yeah.
So they actually like suggest you rub your wrists together, which most, houses don't do. And a lot of people say everything from this house is a skin scent. And I could not disagree more with that.
I don't think so either at all.
I get very strong projection from many of their scents. And this is one of them. And it's just a nutty, woody, sweet, violet dream. Like it's so good.
And that's
I put on my notes. I wear when I want to smell yummy. Like, this is what I choose when I want to smell yummy.
The hazelnut alone is such a
usually I don't go for hazelnut. Like I don't like anything that tastes like hazelnut, like creamers or candy, or even hazelnuts. I don't like.
You don't like a Nutella?
I don't like Nutella. No, I'm
so
like,
weird. Oregon's the land of hazelnuts, so
I don't know what it is, but there's something about hazelnut in this and the Choco Violet that I love so much. Another negative thing that people say about this house is that, or this particular perfume and this house, is that they're very linear. And to me, that doesn't have to be a negative. And what they're meaning is like when you first spray it, that's what you smell the entire time. I appreciate that. Sometimes I don't like the journey that some perfumes take me on. I may like the very first spray, or I may like the dry down, but I'm not a fan of the in between. So I appreciate something that's more linear sometimes. And I do feel like what you spray when you first spray this is what you get the entire time. And that's okay to me. I don't think that's a bad thing.
That's a really good point, though, because you're right. Some of them, I love the journey that it takes you, but there's others where I'm like, ooh, we can get rid of that,
Right. The middle or the beginning, or I have Sabia Bianca. I have 9 of the Profumo Roma.
And then I laugh because I do have a local place fumery here that I can go. But of course, I ran over to smell her Alba, and that was the one they didn't have, or that one.
Or Alba.
I ended up walking out with 2 of them. So
yeah. Honestly, I haven't really tried anything from this house that I don't like. And I have 9. Yeah. It's my favorite house. Like I just love it, and I'll continue to add to it. But it's just gourmand and yummy. That's what it's, for lack of a better adjective, it is yummy.
I think that's a good adjective. I mean, it says it all.
Okay, what do you got?
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with this one because I've been a little bit obsessed with it. This is actually from
I love these bottles.
And then I just think the color too is pretty, but it's not about the bottle, you guys. This one, it is so, for me, this is kind of a unique, like there's something in here that I love about it because it's got amber and myrrh. It might be the myrrh, and then iris. So you've got this very fresh, slightly powdery iris, but then that resinous myrrh in here makes it sexy.
Yeah.
So think of this as like kind of innocent, like, you're kind of can be a little bit innocent, but you got a little bit of a underneath.
It's like a naughty librarian, right?
That's what I was thinking of, where she takes off her glasses at the end of the day.
Pulls down her hair.
But I love I don't know if you guys can hear my dogs going crazy. Something must have just been delivered. Anyhow, I apologize. But this one, yes, I was attracted to the bottle but I also have to say this one is just so wonderful to wear. It puts a smile on my face. And I think I just love a little bit of the contrast here, that it's not too Pollyanna, like,
right.
This is, this has got a little bit of sexiness in here, and I don't know, it's really good. And anybody who has been able to get their nose on this, there's something that draws you in, and you want to keep on going back for a little bit more. You know how some of those fragrances that you're like, has a good bubble, but it isn't going to be like too bold, I would say. But it's got.
So have you smelled other ones from that line?
I smelled the whole thing. This is when I was in Paris. We went and they had the whole little display out, because you can find this, I guess, at Bloomingdale's. It's no place local to me.
Yeah.
But they had like the display. They look like little candies, and they're all.
It reminds me of the candies my grandma always had in her dish, like when I went to her house.
Yeah. And so they have all these beautiful, different colored, and you can go smell them. And then they have those boosters that if you wanted to add some patchouli booster, or they have it where you can amp it up, those kind of.
So is that, I'm assuming that's where you bought that one. Is that the only one you bought?
I bought this when I was in Paris. So it also has like a little like, ooh.
So that was your favorite one out of all the ones you smelled?
Yes, this was the one I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. I liked other ones, but it was just the one that I was like, and it was kind of hot there, by the way. Like it was kind of unseasonably hot. Yeah. So this is a year-rounder scent. Got that amber and myrrh, but it definitely has some of this fresh lightness that I wanted to wear it, even though it was really unseasonably hot when we were there.
See, I wonder if Harrods has those. Do you know?
You'll be able to, because the display itself, you're like, ooh.
Okay, because I'm going to Harrods in April, and so I'm like,
they look like little candies, and it's in a circular. You go through, and you can smell it's kind of a fun experience. So you'll be able to you're going to have a ball.
I know. I'm thinking, how many perfumes am I going to be able to bring home?
Does Chad have a limit?
No.
Okay.
But Customs does. So I'm like, I don't want to go over that, but who knows? Okay. Yay. I'm so excited. What was that called again?
This is called, Spectacolor. I'm sure I'm butchering. Okay. I feel like I want you to smell this one, Mandy. I think you would like it.
It sounds like I would like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The reason it sounds like I would like it is because the next one that I'm going to talk about is that sweet but sexy kind of thing that you were describing.
Yes.
I think it's a good way to describe this one. It is, well, I'll get to this. Okay. So when we decided that we were going to do the colored florals, I got a lot of samples because, one of our favorite things to do is buy new scents to go along with the videos.
This is part of why we do this. It
is justification.
Yes.
Okay. Justification to buy new scents. And this is one of the samples that I bought from Lucky Scent, and I immediately went on and bought the full bottle. This is from Profumo di Firenze. I'm probably saying that wrong. They have one that is like all the rage right now. I think it's called like, Aaron, if you're still on here, you know what it's called. Buontalini. I'm probably butchering that, but it's like a very gourmand.
Yes, it's been kind of like the it.
Yeah, it's been the it from this house. I have not smelled it. It's always out of stock. I can't get a sample. But what I did was I went on Lucky Scent. I basically just put iris in the search bar to see what. Buontalenti. There we go.
Did you get it? I was like, she always is good about.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's amazing, but when I got a sample of this, holy cow, it's so good. This is like you were describing the Bulgari one. It is sweet, but also a little bit sexy because it is not your typical, again, it's not your typical iris, but the one that makes this different is the base notes has tobacco. It has, oh my goodness. Oh, it smells so good. What else does it have in it? Let me get, it has tobacco, leather, honey, and benzoin.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's like that.
The honey sounds like it'd be really yum.
It makes, it's, so tobacco honey, what I think of is Diptyque Volutes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, that's like a tobacco. So it's kind of like that, a little less heavy with iris. If that,
and is the iris kind of the powdery one?
A little bit, but it's not, no, I would not say this is a powdery scent to me. It also has violet in it. It has saffron. It's the juxtaposition of the pretty violet and iris with the tobacco and the honey and the benzoin that I love so much. And it's kind of like how you were describing. It's like that sweet, pretty librarian, and then she puts the glasses off and puts her hair down, and you get that you get that dry down, and it's so good. It is not the longest lasting scent that I have. I will say that. And it sits a little close to the skin, but I don't even care because I love it so much that I'll respray it.
Yeah. And when she's good, because when she likes something, like she'll immediately be like, "Girl, I know which one."
I'm the decision maker. Yeah. I do not take long to make a decision at all. Like, somebody give me 2 options and I will tell you right then. I don't dilly dally. I don't overthink. And I'm the same way when I get samples. I'm like, yep. I like it. I like it enough to buy it.
I love about you, because then I overthink it, and she's like,
and then she texts me, and I'm just like, just do this, just do this. Oh, it smells so good.
Okay, good. I love this. Okay, I'm gonna go for one that I'm kind of, now we're moving into like the chic kind of fruity iris.
Okay.
I
know which one you're going to talk about. Let me get mine.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. I feel like the bottle just describes it, or, it has a little beautiful scarf. This is from Goutal, and it's Étoile d'une Nuit. And I'm apologizing if I'm saying that incorrectly. Do you want to try it?
I think that's right. Look, I'm from Nashville, not France. I say it 1,800 times. Like, I'm never going to say something French correctly.
So this one's got a little bit of raspberry in it. It's got a little bit of fruitiness here. It's got some,
I can smell that,
iris powder. I don't know. This one just feels like you literally, like, you're chic. Like, I think of you walking down to Harrods and you put on your little scarf and you've got your trench coat on. Can you smell that? But you're a little bit sassy. Okay, you're not like stuffy.
No,
you're not going to be stuffy. Okay, but you're going to be.
I can really smell the powder in this. There's a specific makeup powder that smells just like this.
This is makeup-y. This one's got more of that. This would probably, I wouldn't say it's like, it's not so strong, like for those of you that are like the lipsticky or that, but it's definitely got a touch of that. I kind of think of it as almost a little vintagey, but not.
It is.
I don't want people to get turned off by that, because I feel like it can be vintage and modern at the same time.
I think it does. I think the scarf on it is a perfect indication of what it smells like, because it is like that. But it can also be like a white t-shirt, type of.
That's what I'm saying. It's not stuffy. I would wear this with anything. But this is a good representation, I feel like, of a kind of lipsticky iris or makeup-y iris.
I think it's more makeup powder than it is lipstick.
Yeah, because it's not waxy. You're right. Like, I think if we're it's quite good.
So good. Okay, someone's asking about samples, and I want to talk real quick. Lucky Scent does samples. Now, Lucky Scent samples are dabbers, so be aware of that. A lot of times,
Lucky Scent, but we wish that they had spray.
Yes, I always. transfer mine into a spray bottle, like a little plastic one from Amazon, so that I can get, I feel like, the full effect. Twisted Lily has samples. Crystal Fragrances has samples, and they carry Lucky Scent, and Crystal carries 4160 Tuesdays. And fragrancesline.com.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Fragrance, that one has a lot of the niche.
Fragrances Line, scentsplit.com has a lot of them. And then I like those because you can choose the size. So you can get like 2 mil, 5 mil, 10 mil. You can get up to decants on those too.
Yeah, and you can get, like, if you want it in a little glass, like, let's just say there was something that was kind of pricey and you wanted some of it, but you don't want I like that for, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's good.
And that's what, Liz, I do that. I get a big bag of 200 of those little 2 mil atomizers, and it's like $10, and they last me forever. And when I get the Lucky Scent one, sometimes I even buy 2 Lucky Scent samples. And so I can have like 4 of them and then just pour into that atomizer. And I feel like I get a better representation of the scent that way.
And I laugh because with the dabber, you could totally smell the perfume, but I don't know about you, but I'm like, I want to spray a little bit. I want to spray it because I feel like it smells a little different. Like
it smells very different.
Or, you know.
Yes. And I will say with Lucky Scent, to be aware that even if you're just buying samples, you do get the option. I know, especially if you buy a full bottle, you get the option to add at the very end of your checkout in a comment section samples that you want added to your order. And depending on how big your order is, they give you a different amount. So like when I ordered this, I got to pick out 3 of my samples that I wanted. When I ordered something before that, I got to pick out 5. So it depends on like how big your order is. But don't miss that because it's at the very end. And I know a lot of people can miss that, but it's a great way. I mean, it could be like up to $35 worth of samples that you can get.
And they listen, like they will.
Oh yeah, like I've always gotten what I've asked for.
Yeah, I've always gotten what I have requested. Like it isn't like they just throw in whatever samples.
Yep. So just I wanted to say that too because I know it can be very easily missed.
I agree with the spray.
It makes all the difference. All the difference. Okay, I'm still because I love it.
Oh, I know. I'm still on your brand over. I forgot that I just did mine. Sorry.
Well, the next one I think we can do our combo.
Let's do our combo.
Okay. So this one is the same perfume but different flankers or different ones. Yeah. Okay. So which one do you have?
I have the original or the parfum, but not Le Parfum, the Eau de Parfum. Okay.
So I always want to say this is Libre. I think it's Libre. I've heard people say Libre. Like, again, I don't know. Libre? I don't know. It's Libre.
Oh, I was calling it Libre, but I'm sure it's Libre because we don't need it.
I've heard it so many different ways. And some people get really, really, really offended when you don't know how to pronounce something.
I know. And I feel so bad because I really do try. And I will even like put on my phone with the listening of it. And then I will still butcher it. Like it's almost like, I mean, it's, so we're not trying to do any disrespect with the name.
No. Okay. So you have the YSL Libre, the original.
Yes.
I have the Intense.
Oh, yes. Oh, look I love your little baby size.
I know. I'm like, I need to start. I wish all companies had 30 mil options and everything because I'll never get through this collection. I also have the La Parfum.
Oh,
the brand
you know what? My husband got me the kit. So I will say real quick that both of our husbands, my husband bought this for me.
So I bought this for me, but no, so yours picked it out because he smelled all of them and that was his favorite, right?
Yes. And this is very, you guys, it's very cute because I love this, but I wouldn't say my husband's way into, he's getting there. He's getting into, so this was like a very sweet, because I have a million perfumes. He's like, you don't need any more, but I'm like, honey, there's always more. And so I was very touched. So go ahead, you talk about yours. Hers is the Intense.
Mine is the Intense. So the purple floral in these is lavender.
Yes.
And I had mentioned at the beginning, I cannot do lavender. I have 2 scents that are lavender, like based, predominant lavender. And this is one of them. And there's something about it that I really, really, really like. And when I brought Chad in here right before I got on with Abby, and I'm like, smell all these and tell me which one your favorite is. And this was his favorite. And he is very hard to please. I'm not saying he loved this, but it was his
oh my gosh. Okay.
I think he likes like 5 out of my like Intense collection, but that's okay. He did say out of all of them, this was his favorite. And this is, I think, compared, because I don't like the original.
Yeah,
that's something about the original that I don't like. So I think this is the vanilla stands out more in this one.
Yep.
The vanilla stands out even more in the new Le Parfum, which a lot of people say is their favorite out of all 3. This is still my favorite out of all 3.
I think that I haven't smelled the newest one, but I think for him, he felt like this was more elegant, is what he said. He felt like it smelled very elegant. I don't know. He was very attracted to this. Yeah. And then he liked the other 2, but like when it came down to, I kind of just said, I want you to like something.
Right. Well, and I have on my notes, I put sophisticated, polished, and romantic. That's what I had for this.
And it's got orange blossom in here. So I think that the more intense ones, like if it was me just picking it out, I probably would have picked the Intense because it's got a little bit more, like this one has a slight vanilla, and I would say he doesn't love the vanilla scents. And I feel like this one has probably why like it. Yeah. And so that's what I would say. I think
the original, the main player is the lavender. The Intense,
it might be petitgrain that you don't like in the original.
It might be.
It has a little touch in it.
I don't know. I know when I wear this, I can smell it all day long, which is another big thing for me. I really like to smell my own perfume. I don't like to become like a nosmic to it and be like, after 2 hours, not smell it, even if other people can. Because I know a lot of people are like, well, other people can smell it. And I'm like, I'm not wearing my perfume for other people. I'm wearing it.
You're like, I need to be smelling it.
I need to smell it. And I can smell this all day. Yeah, absolutely. There's just something about this that brings me back to it again and again and again. And I love it every time. And I'm amazed every time because I know lavender is very prominent in this. But there's just something about it that works. I love it.
It is really good. I mean, and it's very likable. Like, I feel like, a lot of people, even if you don't think you like lavender, I would definitely get your nose on this one.
Yeah. And the other one that I have that is very lavender prominent, that I didn't put in this because I have heard that it's being discontinued, but I will mention it just to is it Dior Homme Intense.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they've got to get rid of all the good ones. I mean, that's just like everybody's MO, I feel like. Oh, it's loved by everybody. Oh, it's got the best ratings of any perfume on Fragrantica. Let's discontinue it. But that is another one that I absolutely adore that has a, prominent lavender note.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only have one more. How many do you have? One more?
I think I have 1.5.
How does that work? Okay, well, you go next since you have 1.5.
Okay, I have 2 scents that now I want to kind of talk about the floaty, irisy, like clean girl. appropriate for the office at those ones. Okay. And this, they both fall into that category. So that's why I say, and they're not exactly the same, but I would say definitely the same genre. So the Ex Nihilo Iris Porcelana. Have you smelled this one?
Yes. And I have a sample somewhere, but I couldn't find it.
Okay. So this is this like clean, fresh, out of the shower, pillowy, airy, but it's
a little soapy, I feel like. Maybe just a little. Yeah.
A little soapy, but you're going to feel, I feel like this is your crisp white button-down shirt. Perfect, like sophisticated. You're going to feel chic, but you're going to have that clean, sit next to the person on the airport. You know, you feel totally perfect, you know, not offensive. And I feel like this is a beautiful representation for those that like those soft, you know, iris scents like that. So that one. And then the other one that falls in, I think you definitely, do you know which one it is?
I think so. I think I'm, yes, that's the one I'm smelling. I'm like, I think so. Yes.
So this one's got, this one is more, I almost want to say marshmallowy. It's not marshmallowy, but it's floral. This is Dama Bianca.
Does it have fruit in it? I smell some kind of fruit.
Yeah, okay, so it's not, you guys, these are not the same, but they're both in this floaty, airy. Would that make sense? Kind of airiness. And this one's got, I feel like you're right. It has Lily of the Valley in it. It's iris and violet, lilac, jasmine, lily of the valley, and it's got a touch of vanilla. The vanilla, beautiful vanilla iris, but what do you?
It's got kumquat in it.
What's that?
It's got kumquat in it.
Oh, the lime in the beginning. Okay, and somebody had described it as almost like a little bit of white chocolate coming in there, like a creaminess there. There's something in here.
I think it's the ambrette. Because that ambrette can give that, like, that kind of, I feel like that kind of creaminess. It's really good. There's one, I can't remember the house, but it's called, maybe I'm going to butcher this. Let me see if I can look it up. Is it Unjun? Y'all.
I love it. I'm glad you're
I could have sworn. Okay, again, Aaron, if you're on here. Unjun Noir. This is going to, okay. But it's supposed to be a very, very identical dupe to Dama Bianca.
Oh, okay. Wait, say it again.
Well, I'm not going to say it. I wanted, for some reason, I'm thinking June Noir, but that's obviously not right because I'm sitting here trying to find it. And
wait, okay, text me afterwards because you're right. I just read something about it. I wasn't trying to.
I'm going to be so embarrassed whenever I find this out because it's going to be nothing like that.
Okay.
And it's going to kill me now. I'm going to think about. I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it.
I did that,
but it's supposed to be.
I slipped them in together. I couldn't decide which one to include in the video, guys. So that's why you have both. Oh, there it is. Janoon Noir.
Janoon. See, Aaron always comes through. Yes, Janoon Noir. See, I was close.
Say the last Al
Harmony Perfumes.
Okay.
So it's very affordable especially compared. And I want to get that one because I do love the way Dama Bianca smells, but I can't seem to get them to last on my skin. Like almost anything from Xerjoff is gone in like an hour, and maybe it's just gone in my nose, but my skin just eats it.
And that line does not always agree with me, the Xerjoffs, like that's something that, but this Casamorati, like this one was one that I
love the way it smells.
Yeah, I just feel like this is going to be for this feminine kind of girly, floaty, airy. I don't know. That's kind of that one, those two, and I feel like
it's very summer appropriate. There's something about it that kind of screams summer to me.
Definitely.
But it's also, I mean, you have to like a sweet type of scent, but oh, it's good.
Oops, I
Good. Thank you. Janoon Noir. I love how everybody's like, Oud John Intense. Fragrance for no.
Yes.
Janoon Noir.
Cal, I'm so happy. I saw they do make a men's discoveries.
Yes. Yay! Okay, I have one more. And this is one that I do think is discontinued. However, I have linked it because you can still get it at Fragrance Net. And do you remember when I bought this, Abby?
Yes, because I felt like I was gonna go get it, and you're right. I wanted to. That's why I was asking you at the beginning. Yeah, I was like, should I try to go grab it now?
This is from Terry de Gunsberg, which is by Terry, and it is Ombre Mercure Extreme. But when I first bought this, I was so excited because I'm like, oh, it's discontinued. I keep hearing amazing things about it. I keep hearing if you love lipstick on, you're gonna love this. So I get on Fragrance Net. And I immediately add to cart and I buy it. And then I get this like sick to my stomach feeling. You're going to remember this when I say this. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I go back and I'm like, I bought the Extreme. I didn't want the Extreme. I wanted the original.
Yes.
They didn't have the original. And I texted you and I'm like, I can't believe I just dropped $150 on this. It's not even what I wanted. What if I don't love it? And I was sick. But then it got here. And I love it.
You're like, thank you.
I know, thank you. Now, again, I have not smelled the original, so I cannot tell you how it compares. I know a lot of people love the original. Some people just say this is a more intense version of it, which typically intense or extremes are that. But this is violet leaf, iris, bergamot, benzoin, and patchouli.
Oh, yeah. This is you.
This is me. This is a little bit, it's similar to lipstick on, but it's different enough. I feel like it's a little more patchouli prominent. It's a little bit headier. And it's a little bit more balsamic. Again, like a little bit headier and thicker than lipstick on even. So it is definitely an extreme scent. You only need a couple of sprays and you're good to go. But it's that, this is more of that like lipsticky type of scent. Not so much powdery, but that fresh, waxy lipstick. Yeah.
I remember being like, see, it worked out for you. Like, I feel like we haven't smelled the other one, but I feel like you would have wanted that anyways.
I think so too. I think so too. And this is, it's a very dark, liquid, and it does stain a piece of paper. So, I wouldn't spray this on a white shirt, but other than that, I love it. So you don't need much. It lasts all day long. If you can sense a theme from all these videos, that's a sign of a very good perfume to me. I want it to last a long time. This definitely does. So again, if you like lipstick on, I think you will like this. To me, they are different enough to warrant, but I don't know that you should really take that seriously, because I can have something that has one note difference and I'm going to say, oh, they're different enough. I'm going to have both of them. So
you don't have to be a nutbag like us. You can definitely rein yourself in a bit.
It doesn't take much to justify it, but it is in that same realm of lipstick on it. And you can still get it, in the gray market. So definitely check that out. If you like the lipstick on, I don't know. Maybe you can find like Fragrances Line or Scent Split. Maybe they have samples. I'm not sure. But since it's going to be harder to get samples, it's going to have to be one of those like, oh, I really think I'm going to like it blind buy type of situation.
When you find it, you'll.
Yeah. I love how we're getting so efficient with these, and we are coming right under an hour every single time.
I mean, we're doing good. I think we found the magic number. What was our first one? I think we had a lot.
I think we had like 10.
Yeah, I think that's like the magic number is if we stick to
like 6 or 7.
Yeah, with a little cheating and
a little cheat every now and then. So do we want to talk and give a sneak peek for those that joined us live about what next month is going to bring?
Yes. And then also, I always wonder, because I would be a bit embarrassed to show my collection. But I mean, not embarrassed, but mine is not so, I'd have to like get it really organized. But I would wonder, like, do you just go and just like preview, like you just show everybody, or you go through all the names? Like,
I don't know. Your question's way bigger than mine. Do you know how many bottles you have?
No, I don't do that.
you need to count and text me, because I'm very, Liz, I love Molecule 1 Iris. I love it. I have a sample of it. I don't know why I don't have it, but I love it. I love that as a layering one too.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to talk about a full collection video? Abby's collection is like way bigger than mine. I am one of those people who, like, I get a number stuck in my head, and I really, really, really want to keep my collection to that number. And so,
what's your magic number?
100.
Okay.
That's like, and I've been keeping my full bottle collection, which is exorbitant. I know. Okay. But if I want to buy more, I try to sell something to keep it at 100.
Okay, so I do share, by the way, people. Like, if you live locally, you get to come on over to my house, and I'm like, but I do wonder, like, I have perfume in my vanity bedroom area, and then I have my beauty little thing here. So, but if you want a full collection video, just give me a little, like, do I just go through, or do we just pick up?
Right. Like, how do you want that?
I don't know. I got to go watch one. And then I would be happy to do it, because a lot of mine have memories connected to my perfumes, because I bought them specifically someplace, or because it was a graduation or whatever. So I haven't been able to let go as much as I need to. So,
well, it's getting harder and harder for me to let go. I feel like I'm at a place where I'm like, no, I really don't have any more that I want to sell than the ones that I'm trying to sell now. And so it's part of a mistake.
Whoever lives by me, I have the mini Sephora. I let my daughter and her friends come over, and my friends, if they come, I have like a basket of the things that limited edition that I can't use anymore. So you come on over, and then I'm like, take to you.
I have a whole drawer of that. Like,
I will make you smoothies too. We'll have a whole event. I do the full Monty. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yes, let's talk about next
month.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
I got distracted by thinking about how to do. So now
how to do your full collection.
Yeah, I've got like, whoa. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Tell me what we're gonna do.
Okay. So we are trying to like plan out our next couple of months, because we want them to be appropriate for like the time of the year and all of that. So we had 2 ideas. And then when we were talking about them, we were like, really, there's going to be so much overlap in those 2 ideas. Let's just make it one video. So we're going to continue on with the colored florals, a certain color floral next month, but it's also going to be like a slash. So we're going to do white florals, which is so prominent in perfume. And I think it's going to be very hard for us to narrow down our white floral favorites, which I take that as a very good challenge. I'm excited about that. White florals / bridal perfumes. And because there's so much overlap in that, because we are coming into bridal season, whether you're a bride or a guest, or, you know, I think there's so much overlap in white florals and that. So I think we're going to mesh them together, right?
And then I like that. And then the day before, Mandy's going to do a bridal look. We're going to do.
Yeah, there you go.
We're going to do bridal look along with.
If you live closer, you can come to my house. I can do a live on a bridal look on Abby, and then we can do bridal perfumes.
Oh my gosh, let's make this happen. But
I mean, I'm with that, baby.
And I love, I'm a little bit past the wedding, you know, but I'm gonna get.
But your daughter's at an age where you're gonna start going to weddings. Well, like her friends will start getting married, and she'll get married, and like, just, you don't have to be a bride to. It's just wedding perfumes.
I love, and I actually think it's perfect because I think there's some perfumes I'm like, this is so beautiful and gorgeous. It's like your perfect special day fragrance. And I love, I don't know, I think it's a special. So yes, I think that we were thinking they would be combined. Otherwise it's too similar.
It would be too redundant. I feel like even if we put some months in between it, there would be so much overlap. So that's what we're going to do next month. So what am I going to buy, even though I haven't tried white florals?
I feel like we both went through a little phase when we were just like, you know, that white floral
phase? White floral phase?
Yeah. Like you were like Miss Tuberose. Yeah. So I feel like, so anyways, we're going to have a little bit of fun with this, and I am going to make her at least share her beauty, her bridal beauty with me. I'm going to renew my vows. So.
Oh my goodness.
Did you wear patchouli
fragrance on my wedding day? Y'all, you are going to not believe this. I did not wear a fragrance on my wedding day.
What?
I did not. I did not. I forgot one. I wasn't as into fragrance. I mean, that was 16 years ago. I wasn't as into fragrance. I had some. I liked some, but it wasn't like, it wasn't on my mind. It like wasn't something that I was like, I need to remember. So I forgot. And it makes me sick to my stomach now that I don't have that memory, like scent memory association with my wedding.
Cute. I think that we can do a renewal.
There you go. But no, you better believe that when my girls get married, like many, many, many years down the road, even though they talk about their wedding like every day, it's going to be even more special, I feel like, because that's where I'm really going to be like, okay, this daughter is this to me. This is her personality. This is what I'm wearing to hers. And this daughter is that. So I'm going to really play up those bridal fragrances. But yeah. That's my one regret on my wedding day was that I didn't wear a fragrance.
It's okay. I feel like it's kind of cool. Like we all.
Yeah, I was just too cool for fragrance. Like there was no good enough.
Right. Like, I smell amazing by myself.
Yeah, my skin smells the way any fragrance should smell. Come on, nothing can touch this. No, I simply just forgot.
I love it. I think we're doing great. So you guys, thank you so much for coming. Mandy, I adore you, and this is always so much fun. And we can't wait for next month.
I know. I'm already making a list, checking it twice. So we shall see y'all then.
Bye guys. Have a great evening.